again, Rebecca here. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to Stretch the Sketch that we are incorporating with the Scraptember and 30 days of sketches. Here is today's sketch and the prompt is to use something old, which I will show you in just a minute what I used. Now for Stretch the Sketch, we either shrink it or stretch it. It hits anything but a 12 by 12 layout. That is the two old things that I am using from my stash. That is a Stampin' Up! Piece of paper that has been kicking around, for probably 8 years. And the same thing with that little tab folder. So we're going to use some of that today. Now I am going to shrink my sketch and I'm going to create an 8.5 by 11 sized layout today. Just as a little added bonus in my album, I guess you could say. And if it doesn't work out, I'll figure something for it. So this is my son. Yeah, right there. Know both sides of your paper, people, before you try to cut it, because yeah, you seen what I did there, right? I totally cut it the wrong way. But I still go ahead and grab that scrap and I can make it work. So these photos are of my son at Universal. I had a whole other layout made, but my editing software kind of crapped out on me. Yeah, and I could not get it to work, so I chucked the video and I just made another layout. Luckily enough, even though the layouts are almost similar, well, actually they are similar. I use the same sketch and the same principle. They were just different photos, but because I was using so many photos, the sketch called for 4. I had to go further into the day to get more photos, so they won't even, there's going to be like 5 or 6 pages in between these, so I'm super excited about that. So you won't even tell that it was the same layout. So I take these 4 photos of my son. We are in the Fast and Furious line, so he wanted his pictures taken with all the cars, apparently. So I trim those down. I think they're going to be small enough, and alas, I figure out they are not, so I trim them one more time. I am basically, I'm cutting off portions of the car and, like, my son's legs, which I'm totally fine with because I don't need that anyway. So this paper is white-based, and I need it to be a little bit more cream, so I go ahead and take my antique linen distress oxide, which was a process in itself, and I just smear it on the page and take a towel and rub it in so it gives it that aged tanny brown look. So apparently the way that I have my distress oxide stored are not going to work. Because if you notice the top of, if you see that little label strip that I have right there on the top, it's red. No, that's abandoned coral, because my abandoned coral leaked all over the inside of my little tray because I had those ink cubes on their side standing up, and I thought that was what they were for. It is not, because that sucker leaked all out, so I don't know if it was a really juicy one, because none of the other ones have ever leaked like that. Yeah, and it's still super juicy. My hands are red. I mean, it was a mess, you guys. I was like, oh my word. So I fixed that in between all of this. It was just bad. So you seen right there when I went to lay the photos down, obviously, they were too big and I need it to stay within this page. I did miss a little bit of the top to get rid of that white core. I'll just stick my finger in it, right? I've got red all over my hands. It really didn't matter if I had a little antique linen as well. So I'm going to trim this down now, and I have my 4 photos. I keep this layout pretty simple as well. I think you guys know I go through phases, and I have a lot of layouts coming up, so just figured go simple where I can and try to stay true to these sketches. So I needed a little banner piece. So I'm going to take this little ticket from one of the cut apart sheets, and this is the Simple Stories Say Cheese 4 collection. Yeah, it's a Disney collection, but I'm using it for Universal Studios. As long as there's no mouse or anything on it or Disney-esque, I think it still works for Universal Studios. So I do go ahead and cut out the teal ticker. It's been a day. Ticket. And I'm going to use that as the strip to kind of break up where the seam meets on those pieces of paper. I take my hole punch and just kind of go ahead and punch the little circle there on the ticket. So now I'm going to get this piece down, kind of center it where I like it, and make sure that my photos fit, right? And then I'm going to come in and I'm going to lay these down. And then I realized that I look at the sketch and I was like, no, this needs to break that up. So yes, it does, they are overhanging, but I'm going to fix that and wrap it around so it just looks like the ticket is one super roll. I'm going to get everything laid down. Now, I do take 2 of the little caricature kids from the collection pack, and I fussy cut out because this collection is a cream-based collection, and then the die cuts all have like super white borders. So yeah, I didn't like that at all, right? So I just cut the white border off and I make it work. Here they are right here. I'm going to get the little kid that says say cheese because I was making my kid say cheese. This little guy jumping for joy. And then I'm going to fold those around, and that's going to do it. Don't forget to check everybody else out that's playing along with the 2 hops today. And I will see you guys tomorrow for another video. Bye.